Hi everyone, welcome to US Immigration Hub channel. If you are new to this channel, my name is Liman and I make videos for a family-based immigration to simplify the immigration process. If you watch my videos very carefully, you will make your immigration process less stressful. My channel has all the videos you need to complete your immigration process for immigrant and non-immigrant visas. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe, share, hit notification bell, and give us a big like so YouTube can share the video with more people like you. By doing this, we will help other people. First of all, I am not an attorney. I'm here to help you based on my personal immigration journey and also based on the information I have from USCIS, NVC, and consulate or embassies websites around the world, and also based on the feedback I have from my subscribers. So if you're ready, let's get started. In today's video, we are going to talk about how to file Form I-864, Affidavit of Support. USCIS updated this form just a couple days ago. This one, as you can see, will expire in January 31st, 2026. Do not file the old version that expired on 2023. It will be rejected. File the new version. So if you are doing adjustment of status as well, they updated the form. So do not file the old version. File the new one. That's my responsibility. To tell you this if you follow my channel. So if you're ready, let's get started. As I mentioned every time at the beginning of the video, always check the expiration of the form that you are filing. As I mentioned before, it will expire on 2026, January 31st, 2026. So this video is going to be mainly for petitioner with no dependent. So we're gonna start right here. Do not touch the first top part. It's for USCIS or US only, and do not touch this bottom part as well. It's for attorney only. If you use one, if you find this form by yourself, you must go where it says it start here. Type or print in black ink. You can do both. You can type, and then when you print it, you can add anything with a black ink. So let's go to part one. Part one is gonna be about the petitioner, basis for filing affidavit of support. The person filing, supporting the applicant. This video is gonna be for the petitioner, as I mentioned. So I am the petitioner, Sliman Baker. Only gonna select one. If you select multiple, it will be rejected. It's not going to let you do it by Adobe, but if you add something with a pen, it will be rejected. It must be only one. So 1A is going to be, I am the petitioner, I failed, or I am filing for the immigration of my relative. So I'm not going to discuss the other bases right here. So because as I mentioned, this video is going to be only for a petitioner as a primary sponsor. So now let's go to part two, information about the principal immigrant or principal applicant. Principal immigrant is the person that you are sponsoring. This is for my spouse. 1A, this is a family name for my spouse. Her last name is Bushi. Her first name it's Bushra. 1C, middle name, she does not have middle name. In A, we can leave it blank. Both works. I done both ways and it worked. Now let's go to mailing address. In care of name, Bushi Bushra. A lot of people keep it blank right here. That's not right. You must put your full name right here. The principal applicant full name right here. And this is the address is gonna be a foreign address because the applicant or the principal immigrant is overseas. So street number and name is 20 Hay El Masira, City or town is Kenifra. We do not have state, we do not have a zip code, but we have a province, is Kenifra. Postcode is 54,000, and the country is Morocco. This will be differ from country to country. It's not going to be the same. So now let's go to other information. Country of citizenship or nationality of the principal applicant. It's Morocco. Date of birth, it must be in the format of month, day, and year. Do not mix them up to do day, then month, and year in a national format, because a lot of people have that problem, including myself, to be honest with you. So it must be a month, day, and year. Be careful with that. Alien registration number, she does not have one because she never have a green card. She does not have one. And then USCIS online account, she does not have one either because she never filled a petition before. And daytime telephone number is a Moroccan telephone number right here. Now let's go part 3. Information about the immigrants you are sponsoring. I am sponsoring the principal immigrant named in part 2, which is Bushra, is my spouse. If you select that one, as I said, this video is for a petitioner with or sponsor with no children. So we do not have any dependent, we don't have no children, so family members is gonna keep blank. Number 5, we're still talking about part 3, information about the immigrant you are sponsoring. Continue with. So here, as you can see, 1, it's automatically populated right here. That's they tell you right, enter the total number of immigrants you are sponsoring on this affidavit of support, which includes the principal immigrant listed in a part 2. Any immigrant listed in the part 3, item number 1 to 28, and if applicable, any immigrants listed for these questions in part 11, additional information. Do not count the principal immigrant if you are only sponsoring family member entering more than 6 months after the principal immigrant. So if you add anything right here, this one will be changed. So since we have just one principal applicant, it populated right here, 1. Now let's go to part 4. Part 4 now is going to be about the sponsor or petitioner. As I said, this video is going to be for a petitioner as the primary sponsor. So sponsors for name, we're going to start from a family name. It's Baker. First name is Sliman. Middle name is Ine. We can leave it blank. Both works. Now we're going to go to sponsors. Mailing address. This must be a United States address. So in care of name, Baker Sliman. A lot of people leave this one blank. That's not right. You must put your full name as a petitioner or a sponsor right here. Street number and address is going to be a United States. It's 100 Robert Run. City or town, Indianapolis. If you have an apartment or suites or floor, you can add it right here. But in my case, it's not an apartment, it's not suite, it's not floor. So city or town is Indianapolis. State is Indiana. Zip code is 46254. And you can see right here, if you select a state over here, automatically country will put USA will populate it right here automatically. So is your current mailing address the same as your physical address? If you select yes right here, he's not gonna let you do anything right here, sponsor physical address, because you already answered right here, my mailing address is the same as my physical address. But if you select no, they're gonna let you put your physical address right here. So now let's go to other information. Country of domicile, where do you live now when you find in this form? I'm living in the United States. Date of birth must be month, day, and year. I mentioned that before. Pay attention to this format. It must be month, day, and year. It's 01/01/1980. City or town of birth, Kenifra. State or province of birth, Kenifra. Country of birth is Morocco. One thing I want to mention right here: if you are a U.S. citizen and by naturalization, you still gonna put your city or town of birth. It's gonna be abroad. It's not gonna be United States, even if you are U.S. citizen by naturalization. So U.S. Social Security number, you must have one, of course. If you don't have it, there is no way you cannot have one, because you must have one to work. So it's 11111. This is for learning purposes. This is citizenship or residency. I am a U.S. citizen, naturalized citizen. If you do, they tell you to give them a sponsor alien number. A lot of people get confused right here. Why? Because they thought if they are a U.S. citizen, they don't have a number. You gotta remember, if you are a U.S. citizen by choice, which is a naturalization, you have a number. That's the a number you got the first time you come to United States in your green card. I'm gonna show it to you in your citizenship right here. This is your citizenship right here. This is your alien number. That's your alien number right here from your citizenship. Do not leave it blank. If you are a green card holder, this is your alien number right here. It's very simple. You can get it from if you are a U.S. citizen. This is for green card holder, but for U.S. citizen, you can get it from your certificate of citizen, naturalization certificate. So let's go back to our form. First, sponsors USCIS online account, if any. If you fill the petition online, you must have USCIS online account. I'm going to show it to you as well. This is mine. Once I filled I-130 by paper version, I send it to USCIS, but USCIS sent me this I-797C to process my case online. If I want to, they give me this USCIS online account access, and I create my account, and they process my case online. So, and I have USCIS online account. You see it right here, USCIS online account right here. So if you have one, you can enter it right here. If you don't have one, you leave it blank. Number 14, I am currently on active duty in U.S. Armed Forces or U.S. Coast Guard. No, in my case, no. Let's now go to part 5, sponsors household size. This is the most tricky part on I-864. Why? Because it's kind of tricky. Because this form is designed for multiple filer. It's not just for petitioner. They have a petitioner, they have a joint sponsor, first, second. That's why it's a little bit confusing. I will do my best here to clear it, but let's go first through it. Do not count any members of your household more than once. Persons you are sponsoring in this affidavit. First, provide the number you entered in Part 3, item number 29. It's 1. This is from Part 3, 29. This is the principal immigrants you are sponsoring. Automatically here will populate 1. It's yourself. If you don't check, if you did the taxes before, you claim yourself. That's here. If you are currently married, enter 1 for your spouse. You are married, but you are filing this form for your spouse. It's counted right here. So you do not have to enter anything right here. This is only for sponsor filing this for principal applicant as spouse. But if you do not join sponsor, I'm not going to talk about that in this video. I'm going to get you confused. So just leave it that way for now. If you're doing this, if you find this form as a petitioner, primary sponsor, just put 1 right here for your spouse and 1 right here for yourself, and leave this one blank. Do not put anything right here. So if you have dependents, children, enter the number here. If you have any other dependents, enter the number here. This is going to be 000. If you have sponsored any other person in the form I-64 or form I-864 easy who are now lawful permanent residents, enter the number here. This is very tricky questions. But if you are a petitioner and you filed this petition before for somebody else and he is not a U.S. citizen, he's still green card, you must put it right here. It will be give you a problem if you don't put that person number of the person you sponsored before. You must put it right here. They're still a green card holder, not U.S. citizen. If they become U.S. citizen, it's okay. But if they're still a green card holder, you must put the number right here. Optional, if you are siblings, parent, or adult children with the same principal residence who are combining their income with yours by submitting Form I-64, enter the number right here. Yeah, if you have a household member that you combining your income, you must enter right here. But they must file I-864A. So in my case, I'm not going to use any household member, so it's 0. So the household size is automatically 2. You're going to add item 1 to 7 is 2 in this case. This is tricky, but it's very simple once you understand it. Now let's go to part 6, which is sponsors, employment, and income. So I am currently employed as engineer or an engineer. A name of employer, ATA, company called ATA. If you're doing 2 jobs, you can enter them right here. A lot of people have 2 jobs. You can do 2 right here if you want to. So retired since I'm still working. Unemployed, I'm working. My current individual annual income is $60,000 a year. Just for learning purposes, I put $60,000 a year right here. So income you are using from any other person who was counted in your household size. We did not use anybody. So here you can leave it blank or in A. So we're gonna leave it from person 1 to person 4. So it's gonna be blank. Now we're still talking about part 6, sponsors, employment, and income. Continue. As you can see right here, the total income is $60,000 a year. But if you add anything on 10, 13, or 16, and 19, it will be populated right here. So they tell you right here, the total will be compared to federal poverty guidelines on a form I-864P. Yeah, if you are a petitioner and you don't make enough income, check I-864P. I'm going to show it to you right here. For example, if you are, as I said, this video is going to be for a petitioner and it's a principal immigrant, which is a spouse. For 2 people, you need the minimum $24,650 for 2 people. That's what this video for is 2 people with no children, no dependent. Is just 2 of you, sponsor, and the spouse is $24,650. This is for all, excluding here Hawaii and Alaska. All states, excluding Hawaii and Alaska. Let's go back to our form. So now we're gonna go to federal income tax return information. Have you filled a federal income tax return for each of the 3 most recent tax years? In my case, it's yes. But if you don't, you must select no and attach the supporting document why you did not. 23B, optional. I have attached photocopies and transcript of my federal income tax return for my 2nd and 3 most recent tax years. In my case, I checked it because once you upload it to NVC account, you will be required to upload as well the last 3 years of your tax return. So you must submit the last 3 years of your tax transcript. So here, my total income, just gross income, or on Internal Revenue Service, IRS, from 1040 Easy, as reported on my federal income tax return for the most recent 3 years. I got a lot of questions right here. Can I put my income from my W-2s? No. My answer is no. You must put this from your tax transcript or your tax form 1040 Easy or 1040. A lot of people put the income from W-2s. No, that's wrong. You must put it from tax return 1040 or 1040 Easy. So most recent is 2023 is 60,000. 2022 60,000. 2021 is 60,000. So question 5, I was not required to file a federal income tax return as my income was below the IRS required level, and I have attached evidence to support this. Yeah, if you did not file a tax return for any reason, not for any reason, if you below the income required income to file a tax, you must attach supporting document right here that you did not reach that threshold to file the tax return. Now let's go to part 7, which is use of asset supplement income. This is optional if you do not but if you do not make enough income, you can use it to boost your income right here. For example, if you have a good saving account, if you have a good money in your saving account or checking account, you can enter it right here. Also, you can enter the cash value, the real estate holding. You know, this will help you if you don't have enough income. So, but I'm not going to talk about this one. So now we're going to go to part 7. We still talking about part 7. Now we're going to go to part 8. Sponsor, contract statement, contract information, declaration, certification, and signature. This is very, very important. You must read this. I'm not going to read all of this, but one thing I want to give you right here, it's this one right here. It is very important. When will this obligation end? This is very, very important because a lot of people, they don't know it. You know, if you sponsor someone, you must sponsor that person until he become a U.S. citizen. So, if just an example, if that person you sponsor that person and he come to the United States and he become a public charge in the United States, you will take responsibility for that. So just make sure when you sponsor someone, make sure that you know that person really well. So now sponsor statement. This is, if you failed this petition before, you can check it. I can read and understand English, and I have read and understand every question and instruction on this affidavit and may answer to every question. If you use interpreter, you must add in part 9. If you use a prepare, you must add it on a part 10. Now sponsors contact information, sponsor mobile telephone number. I put this one 317-111-222, and also sponsor email address. It's very important. That's why USCIS and NVC will contact you. Now let's go to sponsors signature. First, I'm going to talk about the date. You date it. Signature. This is the most important part of this application. If you initial the sponsor signature, your I-864 will be rejected. Period. If you put your full name, it will be rejected. It must be signed with a black ink. I'm going to keep repeating this again. It must be signed with a black ink once you print it, and then sign it with a black ink. A lot of people, they initial it and they upload it. It will be rejected. A lot of people put the full name and they upload it. It will be rejected. It must be signed with a black ink. So part 9, we do not use any interpreters, so it will be left blank. If you use one, you can enter right here. Same thing. I want to talk about right here. Not prepare. We're gonna talk about interpreter signature. It's the same thing. It must be signed with a black ink, not initial, not a full name, and the date of signature. Same thing for the prepare. If you use one, the signature must be signed with a black ink and dated. Do not put the full name or initial. For additional part 11, additional information, I have a video on how to do that. If you want to watch it, you already have anything that you want to add right here, you can add it. And I have a video on my channel, and I will put the link at the end of this video. So this is the end of this video. I hope you like it. If you do, please subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. Thank you, and see you next video.